Welcome to the What is Stoicism podcast.
Young Plato is a documentary film that charts the dream of Elvis-loving school headmaster Kevin McAreevy, a maverick who is determined to change the fortunes of an inner-city community plagued by urban decay, sectarian aggression, poverty and drugs. Thanks to his efforts, the all-boys primary school Holy Cross in post-conflict Belfast, Northern Ireland, becomes a hothouse for thinking and questioning, as the headmaster encourages the children to see beyond the boundaries and limitations of their community, and sends his young wards home each day armed with the wisdom of the ancient Greek philosophers, including the Stoics. The boys challenge their school friends, parents and neighbours to find alternatives to violence and prejudice, and practice healthy responses to their own emotions. Seeing it in action makes you wonder why this approach isn't adopted in every education system, but perhaps this documentary is the first step toward that becoming a reality. In one of my favourite parts of the film, McAreevy has to deal with an incident in which one of the boys has pulled a chair away from a fellow student, causing him to fall on the ground. By way of detention, the headmaster has the young offender report to the school's philosophy wall. The philosophy wall consists of a whiteboard and a marker pen, surrounded by 4 questions. The questions are: what happened? What should have happened? What should you do now? And what is X? Where X is the answer to the previous question. Rather than sitting out detentions completing mindless tasks, boys who transgress are instead encouraged to think through their actions and come to some conclusion about how they can improve their behaviour. In this instance, McAreevy provides guidance as the remorseful boy carefully writes his answers on the philosophy wall. He summarises the incident from his perspective, describes what should have happened instead, and then concludes that what he needs to do now is say sorry to his friend. The final question of what is saying sorry affords some deeper thinking about what his apology really means, and with that his detention, his time at the philosophy wall, is served. Seeing how this situation played out, how it led to careful self-reflection and ultimately a positive conclusion, I can't help but think we should all have our own philosophy wall. In another excellent scene, McAreevy draws from the work of Seneca and has a class of pupils guess 10 of the Stoic philosophers' recommended methods for controlling anger. After a collection of impressive answers that actually align well with much of the advice the Roman statesman outlines in his On Anger essay, the headmaster declares that Seneca would be proud of the class and another lesson is complete. Continuing the Stoicism theme, eagle-eyed viewers will also notice the book The Daily Stoic make a couple of brief appearances in the film. Overall, I found Young Plato to be a fantastic documentary about a headmaster embarking on a commendable quest to teach children to examine their own thoughts and question the world around them. There are certainly plenty of lessons the rest of us can learn too about thinking for ourselves, reviewing our actions, and carefully considering our responses to the situations we face in life, all things that Stoicism and philosophy in general seek to teach us. As the camera pans away from Holy Cross at the end of the film, a new school mural is revealed, featuring one of the pupils in the famous thinker pose, similar to Auguste Rodin's 1904 statue that is synonymous with philosophy. Above the image of the young philosopher are 6 painted words to remind the pupils as they enter the school each day, and they're words we would do well to remember ourselves each day. The words are simply: to find yourself, think for yourself. If you'd like to watch Young Plato, you can find a list of the streaming services it's available on at youngplato.com, and if you've any interest in Stoicism and philosophy in general, then I think you'll really enjoy it.